Hey, how are we doing? Sorry, it's a bit chilly. I'm just putting my jacket back on. It's Wednesday. How is everybody? Are you having a good week? Are you pleased to have the kids back in school? I'm certainly pleased to have the kids back in school. It's not been easy having them at home, that's for sure. And it feels like a step in the right direction of the world opening back up again. Hello, I've got a Facebook user. This is actually broadcasting in a few places, so I don't know who's watching from where, but I'm loving that the hellos are coming through. So I thought I would pop on and just talk about, indulge in it, I'm going to talk about myself. Now, I'm going to talk about my journey with Usborne a little bit about who I am. Someone's got no hot water. No, that must be oh, how annoying. Yeah, I wanted to talk about, what this business is, what this business has done for me, who I am, why I've joined, and what sort of made it what it is. So I thought this might be beneficial for a few people in different places. So some of you are watching this on my page, and some of you are already with Usborne who are watching this in the promotions group and in the team group as well. So I just thought it might have value for lots of you. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Sarah, and I'm a mum. I'm a mum of 4 children. I have a 14-year-old. It's going to be 15 next month. That's terrifying. A 13-year-old, a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I have no idea how I'm a mum of teenagers. Absolutely no idea. And back in 2014, September 2014, I went to a friend's coffee morning, and she had Usborne books out on display. And there was a book. The only reason I went is because I wanted to buy the What's Happening to Me book. I'm just seeing if I've got a copy of it to hand. But it's a book about puberty, basically. My child, then my eldest, I think was, 9? And he was getting to that age where I thought, oh, it'd be candy to have that book. I must go pick up that book. And I went along, and there were so many beautiful books there that I just thought, oh, I want to buy so many. And I had done network marketing in the past. I'd tried it for a bit, hadn't been overly successful with it, done okay with bits of it. But actually was losing money rather than making money. But I knew how it worked, and I knew there was going to be a starter kit and something like that, and would be discounted. So I spoke to the person hosting the coffee morning and said, how much is it to join? And she said £38. It's £48 now. Back then it was £38, and you got a kit like this. It's £150 worth of books, and I decided to do that. We'd just been paid. If I hadn't have just been paid, I don't think I would have done it, because I was in a position where we had no free money whatsoever. I had just actually started doing a little bit of freelance work, so I had a tiny little bit of cash of hand coming in. So we had a little bit more than we had previous to that. We had literally been living off my partner's income and had no spare money whatsoever. Christmas used to put us into debt. I used to dread it when the kids came home with birthday party invites, because I couldn't really afford to buy presents for them to go to a party. I remember sitting there one day weighing up if my last £10 could go on gas, because we had a meter for gas, or whether I could afford to buy food for the week. And that's what life was like. It was pretty tough, actually. It was pretty difficult. We had a flat repossessed that we owned, which we purchased in 2005, had it repossessed in 2007 when my 2 eldest were babies. And it had been a massive, massive slog up until that point. I'd also lost so much confidence becoming a mum. So I became a mum when I was 23. I got pregnant at the age of 22. And that was great. I love my children. I've always wanted to be a mum. I had this great idea that I was going to be like this mum who lunched, like one of these yummy mummies that could go for lunch and go for coffee and have her beautiful baby in the pram and all of that. And I got like a few weeks in, and I hated it. I was so jealous that my partner got to go back to his job and I wasn't seeing people. And my eldest didn't sleep. If you've had a baby who doesn't sleep, let me know, because he used to wake up every 15 minutes throughout the night. He wanted to be attached to me the entire time. He did nothing but breastfeed the entire time. He was born, and then we had a heat wave. And then, like, you know, all the midwives, I was like, can I give him cold boiled water? They're like, no, breast milk's fine. Just give him breast milk. Just give him breast milk. Give him breast milk, which was great. Apart from it was 32 degrees in my flat and I had a baby stuck on my boob the entire day. So, you know, I lost myself. I became a full-time mum. I gave up all my career. I gave up everything else. And you know, it was great. To start with, I was there. I read all the Gina Ford books, or the Baby Whisperer books, or everything. I would, you know, threw myself into learning how to be a mother. But by doing that, I completely lost Sarah. I completely lost my confidence. Bizarrely, I had a conversation with a friend the other day. She's like, "Oh no, but you've been successful because you have confidence." And I was like, "But I didn't have confidence. What I did have is I wasn't scared of rejection." And that's because my dad walked out on me after my mum died at 17. My dad basically had a bit of a breakdown, and a year later he decided to remarry, sell the house that I lived in, forced me to move out, and walked away. So I kind of feel like I've been rejected by who was the most important person in my life anyway. So I don't feel rejection really bothers me anymore, because I don't think anyone could ever reject me that significantly again. So yeah, no, rejection doesn't bother me, but I didn't have confidence. So I joined this business and I didn't really want anything from it. In fact, I wanted nothing from it. I was very, very reluctant. I didn't really believe someone like me, who was this mum with no money, who was struggling to get through every day. And to be honest, I had quite a negative attitude. I look back at my Facebook posts and they were very much, I can't believe how tired I am. Can't believe it's not payday yet. Can't believe I was sort of blaming the world for the fact that I didn't have any money, the fact that I was, you know, tired all the time. I'd gained a lot of weight through having children as well. I wasn't healthy anymore. And I just wasn't particularly, you know, I wasn't unhappy. I wouldn't look back and I wouldn't say, you know, if someone had asked me at the time, are you happy with your life? I would have said, yeah, I'm grateful for my children. I'm lucky to have the life that I've got. But it was hard work. It was always firefighting. We were always struggling. And I didn't believe at all that I had what it took to be successful in this business. So I didn't want it. I literally said, I don't want to join. I don't want to do, and I wanted to join, but just the cheaper books. I just want the cheaper books. Reading's really important. But I completely think, you know, if your child can read, it opens up so many other doors for them. So reading to me was really important. In fact, my 3 eldest children, I had taught them to read by the time they were at preschool, at sort of 3 years old. My youngest is just like a complete headstrong whatever. She can read now, she's 5, but there was no way I was getting her to sit down and do phonics. So that was important to me. Didn't want the business. However, I went along to a company event. I was pregnant with my 4th child, and it was 15 minutes down the road, and it involved a night away in a hotel. And what I do like is fun, and what I did like the idea of was a night on my own in a bed. So I went along, and I literally went along for those reasons. I went along to go and have a night in a hotel with a 3-course dinner and get some sleep. And I thought I'd attend the conference and stuff the next day, and that would be fine. You know, it'd be great to be around some people and no children anyway, and there's going to be coffee and lunches and things. That sounds brilliant. What I wasn't expecting to happen was to be completely inspired. So I watched these people go up on stage time and time again, and who've achieved these amazing incomes and these amazing things. And I just sort of went, wow, these people are nice. They're mums. They've also got children. They also know what it's like to be up 6 times a night and have vomit over their dresses. They understand what my world is like. And yet these people are achieving more. They have this income. They have this success. And I just sort of stepped back and went, what if I just give that a go? What if I give it a go? So I did. I decided I would start to help other people to join this business as well. And I went out and I hit Facebook groups and my Facebook profile, and started to just talk about joining this business. In fact, a hell of a lot more than what I ever talk about it now, to be fair. I just wanted to share that I'd seen that this could do this for people, and I wanted to help other people do it as well. I then had a promotion very, very quickly. That the same month, actually, I then promoted to team leader, which was great. And again, you know, it was, you could say that was quite quick success from the moment I decided I wanted it to the moment of getting it. But I still wasn't very confident. I still refused to do video. I wouldn't show my face. I didn't really want to be seen by anyone. Didn't really like picking up the phone either. Everything I did was over Messenger, and everyone was like, you need to have calls with your team. And I was like, but I can't do it. I'm not there yet. But yet it's important because I became that person. So I got stuck. So I got this promotion, I got to this level, and then I got stuck for 18 months at that level because I put this limit of myself that all I needed to do was hit this amount to qualify as team leader, and then I can just, you know, that's all I need. And I just got stuck with this limiting belief. And in 2016, I took that off. There was another company event and a travel incentive launched to go to Vegas, and I had always wanted to go to Vegas. Always wanted to go to Vegas. And I just sort of looked at this travel incentive and went, what if I give that a go? What if I go for that? What can I do this? And I went for it. And I decided to try and double the criteria of everything that I needed. And that year changed my life. By the way, guys, if you've got any questions, and if you feel like this is a completely open and honest chat, I will answer anything right now. Yeah, income, anything. So I decided to go for that. And it completely exploded my business. It completely changed everything that was going on. And I had a massive shift in mindset. And I realized that I had been sabotaging myself for so long by putting this limit on myself of what I thought I could achieve and what I thought I could do. And when I took it off, I realized I could achieve so much more. And I helped other people to achieve so much more as well. Because I didn't just take the limits off me. I took the limits of other people. I showed people that limits could be changed. And it was incredible, but I still wasn't particularly confident. I didn't want to do video or anything. And I feel like I need to show this a little bit, because it's really easy for me now to sit here and go, yeah, I didn't have confidence, and just say that like that. When I'm on video now, I've got a successful business now. My life is not budgeting every single penny anymore. You know, it's just not like that now. But it really, really was. It really was. And I found a clip of my first live that I ever did, because this was 2016, 2017. I think right at the end of 2016, after my business has grown quite a lot. This is
my team in
a
particular.
video.
We're doing quite well with Facebook.
Oh, I don't think so.
And wanting to pass that sort of information on to you guys, just to show you what we're doing. Whether you want to do it or not, it's down to you. But I thought I would
oh, hold on, let's try and pause it now. Oh, that's beautiful. But I feel like you can see the fear in my eyes when I say I wasn't a confident person. I mean, I wasn't a confident person. I just didn't know what I was doing. And I was terrified that people were going to judge me. And I was terrified that I had that imposter syndrome where I felt like people were going to see through that I didn't know what I was doing, that I was winging it, that all I was doing was just getting excited and going to work. It grew very quickly for me. So I didn't, you know, have this like validation to myself that I knew what I was doing. I was just trying different things. And I think the more I've learned from more successful people that I've met along the way is that everybody's winging it. No one has a clear plan of what they're doing. Everyone has a goal that they know they want to work to, and then they're figuring out how they get there along the way. I've also learned along the way that people are motivated by two types of things. One is a pain point they want to move away from. So that could be debt, struggling with money, an abusive relationship, that they're in a house which has got damp, or any of these things are things that I don't want to be there, or I don't want to go back to that point. Or it can be something you've been for your parents, you saw your parents struggle, or things like that, and you don't want to be like that. And the other is people are motivated by something they desire. So I want to be the person who goes on holiday to the Maldives every year. I want to be the person who can afford designer handbags. I want to be the person who has Jimmy Choo shoes. You know, whatever it is, people are motivated by different things. Excellent. So there's a couple of questions are coming through here. So Caroline has asked, how do I build my customer base? The answer is, I just showed everyone. So I started with my friends and family. I did the classic thing of I had people around for a coffee morning. Nowadays we're doing that online. That could be a coffee morning Zoom, where you can even drop cake round to people's houses. I quite like that idea at the moment. You know, or virtual parties online. And then I took leaflets with me everywhere. So these are the leaflets that we have. So we have new leaflets that come out every season. You get a pack when you join in your starter kit, and then you can buy them for £3 for 50 every season. So I literally had these with me everywhere. I have stickers that I put on the back of them. They go out with my orders as well. And I just told everybody, I also used to use my personal profile a lot. So every time an order came in, I would tag everyone in their books. I'd take a picture of it. What I'd do now is probably a live, to be honest, and then tag people in. But back then, no camera. So I used to take a photo of the books and tag everyone in, and then their friends would see as well. And that would often get me more orders. I'd use my Facebook page. I'd use Facebook groups. I'd go out to events, local soft plays, all of that type of thing. I contacted all my local schools, all my local nurseries. I contacted them through their Facebook pages, through Twitter. I just literally would go onto Google and search like local nurseries around my area, local schools around my area. I would ask people to share things for me, and it would just build up that way. So I hope that helps, Caroline. If you need a bit more on that, let me know. But I just literally just went at it. I didn't just sit with my box of books and do nothing. In fact, I managed to we have a kit boost incentive when you first join, which is you place £360 worth of sales in your first 3 weeks. You get an extra £50 worth of books arrive. And I hit that within the first week because I held my coffee morning, and then I took the books into a school coffee morning and did another £100 worth there. So that did my 360. In fact, that totaled 387 from those two events. So that's how I got going with that. How did I build my confidence, not just in the job? Leanne, that's a really good question. To be honest, I was lost. I had lost who I was so much, and that had stripped my confidence away from me. And the point that it came back, competence breeds confidence. So the more competent you become at something, the more often you do something, the more you become confident at it. So we have this, it's called the comfort zone. We like to live in our comfort zone. Everything we do day in and day out, we're very comfortable with. The job that we do now, if you've done it for a while, you'll be very comfortable doing. Doing the school run is a comfortable thing. You haven't got that first day nerves of like, oh, I'm going to walk into a playground, I don't know anyone. You know, and we have that, don't we, as mums, when our kids first start school or nursery or having to go to a parents' evening, we don't know what we're doing. We think, I'm not a grown up. How am I the one now having to take my children to a parents' evening? You know, because we're not used to doing it, so we don't feel confident in it. And the more you do something, the more competent you get, the more confident you get. So that's how the job side of it built. And I am quite confident with things now. I'm quite confident doing live videos now. This isn't bothering me at all, even though I've got a picture of myself on screen looking like an idiot from years ago, with no confidence whatsoever. I'm quite happy to do this. And that's come from doing it often and building it up and just getting over it, stepping out of that comfort zone into that stretch zone, which is where the magic happens. There's loads of images like the magic happens when you step outside your comfort zone. And it's really true, because it's just all you're doing is expanding that comfort zone. So I'm trying to find like a hair tie or elastic band. So like that's your normal comfort zone. And when you step outside it, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you can just, everything feels comfortable. Well, not everything. There's still things that absolutely terrify me. I don't like speaking in assemblies at schools. I can speak to 300 adults, not a problem at all. Standing up in a school absolutely terrifies me. So that's how it built in the job side of it. And outside of that, Leanne, a lot of it was actually for other people. When my team got to a certain size, I I felt like I was letting them down by not showing myself enough. I felt that I wasn't giving enough to them. And actually, one of the things we talk about in this business a lot is your why, your driver, your purpose. What is it that drives you? For a long time, the thing that gets me out of bed every morning is not the money. That might surprise you. Yes, I love that this business has paid me over £300,000 in commission. I love that we now have a pony. I love that I'm wearing today, I like it, a new Ted Baker dress, which is a stupid price tag on, which I ordered on a whim the other week. You know, I love all of that. The thing that drives me is helping other mums to be able to have a career and be at home. That is so important to me, and it took me ages to realize why. And it was because I suddenly had a conversation with someone where it came out, and she turned around to me and she's like, why mums? Why not parents? Why is it so important that it's mums? And it just hit me like a light bulb. My mum gave up her entire career and everything to raise me and my brother. She put her whole life into just raising me and my brother and keeping our house clean and making veg in the garden, growing that. And literally her world was me and my brother. And then she died of cancer at the age of just 54. And she never got to do the things in life that she wanted. She never wanted to go on the ski holiday she wanted. She never wanted to go on her Nile cruise, that when we did a project on Egypt that she really wanted to do. And as much as I love my children and as much as I want to be there for my children, I wanted to have my own life as well. And I want to help. I didn't want to put them into childcare and not be the one to raise them. I also loved the fact that my mum was there when I walked home from school every day, that, you know, she'd make me a cup of tea in the morning, that she was around and did those things. So I wanted it all. I didn't want to sacrifice my whole life like she did, but I also wanted to be the mum that she was. And I wanted to help other people to realize that they can have that too. I don't want any mum to not waste their life. I'm not saying she wasted her life, but to lose herself completely and to just give themselves completely to their children when they can have both. So for me, it got to the point that I felt like I wasn't helping people enough by being this unconfident person who was scared that everyone was going to judge her. And I just had to step out of it a little bit. So that's probably where that came from, because I just really wanted to help other people, and I still do. And if you're watching this on my page and you're someone who's considering joining, know this, that you are the reason that drives me to work every day. However, I'm not going to hound you. I don't sit there and message my team all day every day going, have you done this, have you done that, do you want to do that? I will answer any question, have any phone call, anything like that, but you have to message me and say you need it, because otherwise I'm going to be sort of, you know, I'm going to check in with you now and again, unless you tell me you want me to check in with you more. But, you know, I am here if you need me, because that's what's so important to me. I work 3 days a week, freelance, this is dream. Yeah, so Rebecca, when I started this, I was doing an open uni degree and freelance work as well. And then I got to the point where I was like, this is doing okay. And I just, again, so my degree, I got kicked out of sixth form not once or twice. When my mum did pass away, I went slightly off the rails. It's not a time of my life that I'm proud of. And I pretty much hit rock bottom. I had horrendous mental health problems off the back of it as well. So I never went to uni and never got my degree. So in the back of my head, I always wanted to have that. So I was doing an open uni degree when this business started to go. And then eventually I had to let it go, because I was only doing it to prove to myself that I could do it, because I had got kicked out of sixth form twice and never got a chance to go to uni and get that degree. I felt like I was unworthy and not as clever as the rest of the world or any of that. And I was doing the degree just to tick that box, and I was getting in debt with the Open University to do it. And I got to the point where I was like, you know what, this business is starting to go somewhere. I'm putting all this pressure and all this strain and all that mum guilt on me just to have a piece of paper with someone else saying, do you know what, you're clever enough to do this. And actually, I never want to be employed by anyone else. I want to be in charge of my own life. So why do I need this degree and this piece of paper anyway? So I let it go. Oh, Leanne, you're welcome. Caroline, no, you don't have to build a team at all. If that's where the bigger money is, if you want sort of £1,000 plus a month, I would say, yes, you need to have a team to be able to do that. If you are looking at just selling books to your friends, family, school, nursery, creating a customer base, then that's absolutely fine as well. You can do it however you like to do it. It's completely down to you. And I think that's what I love best about this. I broke the mold when I did this business. People are saying, you're doing it wrong. Why are you doing everything online? Why are you not going out to face-to-face events? Why are you not having phone calls with people? Why are you not? Because those things didn't suit me, and that's not how I wanted to work. So I found my own way of working, which worked for me. And as I say, I only wanted to sell books to start with. Well, I didn't even want to sell books, Caroline. I just wanted to have cheaper books. Then I started selling them. So that's not a problem at all. Jenny's asked, how many people in my team now? Have you worked up or are you still an organizer? I am now what's classed as an executive leader. So that's the highest level you can get with Usborne. And my team now is 1,000 and something people. So I have personally, so to get to I have 1,000 people in my team at the moment, 1,000 and something. I think the highest we've had is about 1,700 in the team. It goes up and down at different points. I have personally recruited 304 people or 303 people into my team over the past 6 years. It averages about, I've earned roughly about £1,000 per team member that I've recruited through this journey. I worked out the other day, but then obviously money comes from sales and all over the place. That's just my figures. So yeah, so I joined as an organizer. 4 months later, I became a team leader, stayed at team leader for 18 months, then promoted to group leader in the June 2016, then to divisional leader in the August 2016, and then executive leader in the October 2016. And I've stayed at that level ever since. I won my travel incentive to Vegas, by the way. I also then got the travel incentive to India, then to Helsinki and St. Petersburg, then to Cuba, which we haven't even been on yet. And then last year I missed out on the one to Bangkok because the world just went crazy last March, and my plans to get promotion and get there didn't go to plan. But you know what? I've earned enough money to go to Bangkok many times if I want to over the last year instead. So my tips are then, I'm going to give some tips on making this business a success, because, well, if anyone's got any other questions, please pop them in now. Don't be scared of your dreams. Don't be scared to admit to yourself what it is you want your life to look like. I was probably a bit scared initially to say that I'd like to have a really good income and complete flexible working. I like the recognition as well. I like having a following. I like being able to influence people. I quite enjoy all of that. And I was probably very scared to say I wanted those things. Don't be scared. You know what? We are all capable of having the most incredible life, and we are all blinking deserving of it as well. I do a talk on self-sabotage sometimes. Mums, we sabotage ourselves all the blinking time, and I was very guilty of that. So don't be scared of your dreams. Don't be scared to write down what your ideal life looks like and start your journey towards it. Don't be fearful of rejection. It's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of someone else if they reject you, and that's going to happen throughout your life in many different scenarios. You know, don't take it personally. Be prepared to just keep going when things get tough. I'm not going to sit here and say there haven't been times I've cried in this business. There hasn't been times where I've wanted to walk away. There's been so many times that I've made mistakes, said the wrong thing to someone. You know, I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. We're human and we're fallible and we make mistakes, but we try our best. And that's, you know, if you're trying your best, that's good. Be prepared to step outside your comfort zone. If you want to go to the next level, go outside. Caroline Zara said, I used to be unique, but it didn't work out. I'm worried the same thing will happen. So Caroline, as I said earlier, I did a previous business and it didn't work out. Nothing to do with the company. They were a brilliant company, great training, lovely products, but I wasn't the right person to do it then. It wasn't the right time for me or the right thing to me. Books were a better product for me as well. And so I can't guarantee it's going to work for you. I can't. I don't have that power. I would love to be able to have a magic wand and say, there you go, you're earning £1,000 a month. It takes some work. You know, if you're willing to put the work in and do the stuff and keep going through the tough moments, I can't see why it wouldn't work for you. But history doesn't have to repeat itself. It's only going to repeat itself if you do the same things you did before. If you learned from the things that you did last time and are ready to move forward, I say go for it. You know, what have you really got to lose by going again anyway? I think we worry about saving face sometimes, whereas our ego gets in the way. Ego is a favourite word at the moment. So our ego gets in the way, because actually what we don't want to do is go, oh, I'm going to start something again. I'm going to get really excited. I'm going to show all my friends and family about how excited I am about this product, and then have them go, and then it fails, or I stop, and then they go, oh, look, she's done that again. Screw those people. You're building your future in your life. You try as many businesses and as many things as you want. Look at people like Richard Branson. He has had so many failed businesses. Is he going to be remembered for those? No, he's going to be remembered for the things that he has done, you know, the successes that he's had, the motivational person he's become into. Joined in January, found that there are lots of organised around where I live, all the groups to share. Two which is love to see Osborne books, the love Osborne. But how do I get team members and so many people recruiting, if that makes sense? Do you know, not that many people are recruiting. There's 10,000 people in the whole of Osborne, all over Europe, and not all of those are active. So I would say look outside your area as well. If there's already a lot of people in your area, you don't have to recruit in that area. You can go to groups further away, use your personal profile. I've been using a lot of Instagram at the moment. Instagram has been massive for finding people to join your team, and then that's done by hashtags and not local area at all. So I would be looking about the I can't see who that is from here or what group you're in, but I will come back and find that comment and I can drop you a message or do another live on that. But I would be looking at people further away, looking at the action that you're taking every day to try and meet new people, and at the way you're contacting them as well, because no one wants any type of spammy sales posts going at them. So have a look at the way you're building connections with people would be my answer to that. I hope that's helped a little bit. I don't really feel like I've given much value there. But yeah, it's about the way you connect with people and showing people what you're doing is really what it's about. So I've waffled now for 35 minutes on what was going to be quite a quick live, but it's about being brave enough to try something, being brave enough to jump in with 2 feet, and that whether that's being brave enough to join because you're just thinking about joining now, or whether that's you're already joined and you're thinking about becoming a leader, thinking about starting to build a team. Do you know what? Do it. Do not let a fear of failure stand in your way. If you do that, you are self-sabotaging yourself, and if you are self-sabotaging yourself, try and work out why. For me, I didn't think I was worthy to be successful because I'd got kicked out of sixth form twice, because my own dad had rejected me and buggered off, because I had children young and, you know, found parenting hard. I didn't think I was worthy to have a successful life. Screw that. We're all blinking worthy. It was International Women's Week on Monday. We are absolutely worthy. Don't let fear and don't let problems become excuses. So again, going back to there's lots of organisers around where I live, great, you know, get to know them, have fun with them, that's brilliant. Build off each other, share events for each other. I love the fact when people are local here. There was a time I had like 5 leaders all around me. I don't anymore, I have like 1. You know, don't let that be a problem though. You go find people elsewhere. Step outside, think outside the box. Rebecca, stop doubting your abilities. You are incredible. You know, we have, as mothers, we have grown children, we have grown human beings, we have given birth and pushed them out of places where they should not be able to fit out of. Okay, we are incredible, and if we can do all that with sleepless nights and keep our houses, well, my house isn't tidy all the time, you know, but keep our houses together and survive, then we can blink in, make some phone calls, sell some books, and do incredible things in this business. You think about the things that we do day in, day out. Our abilities are absolutely incredible. Don't ever doubt them. You are absolutely rocking this. Yeah, so just, yeah, be brave, step outside your comfort zone, feel the fear and do it anyways. One of my absolute favorite quotes. Do you know what? I'm going to get this off the screen now. Why is that still there? Yeah, feel the fear, do it anyway, because you can achieve absolutely anything you want to, whether that's with this business, whether that's with a different business. You know, you have the ability to do that. Don't let other people put you off. There's a hell of a lot going around at the moment about anti-MLM. Oh, MLM companies are not very good. You know what? A hell of a lot of people fail in MLM. A hell of a lot of people will get it wrong. Do you know what? They're just trying to better their lives. And these businesses are fantastic opportunities. If it wasn't for MLM, I wouldn't be able to get anywhere near the income I have now. I would not have the flexibility I have now. My children would not have the life that they have now. So for me, MLM, network marketing, whatever you want to call it, is the best thing in the absolutely world. I'm so grateful for this industry because it has given me a life that I could only ever have dreamt of. And it can do that for absolutely any of you as well. Right, I'm going to actually go and drink my tea now because I've been fasting now for 16 hours and 40 minutes. So I'm going to enjoy my cup of tea and I will catch up with all you guys soon. Speak to you later. Love you. Bye-bye.